Listen, I'm about to share with you guys the best Jamaican stew peas recipe you've ever found here on YouTube. Now I might need to get a better hang of the whole tutorial thing, but it's a recipe, yeah, nothing no shaky about it, and you're gonna love it. Fire can't cool me a bonfire. Original Batman. It's features. Alright guys, so let's get into it. I bought about 3 pounds of pigtail from the supermarket, but what I'm using and what you're seeing right now is about 2.5 pounds from what I bought. And as you may already know or should already know, pigtail is very salty, like really salty. It has a lot of brine to it, but that's what makes it really tasty. But still, you don't want all that salt, so you have to boil the pigtail a couple times. I boil mine 3 times, and I also season my water that it's boiling in with a piece of ginger, a small piece of onion, and I cut up a peg of garlic and a piece of thyme, a stalk of thyme, whatever. I'm using 2 of this cup filled with round red peas. You can use red kidney beans, it really does not matter. Generally, I'm not a fan of red peas, but I love stew peas, like I don't know why. So those are my 2 cups. I'm gonna wash off my peas a little bit just to get some of like whatever dirt or debris might be in the water, and then I'm going to put my peas to cook. Alright guys, so now that I've given my peas a little 1 rings just to get off any little dirt or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and season my peas pot. By that, I'm just adding some garlic. You can add thyme or scallion if you want, but I just added garlic. So we are checking on the pigtail, and as you can see, the pot are gone. This step, like I said before, is just to remove the excess salt. So after this went down or boiled for about 10 minutes, I carefully discarded that water. We're just getting rid of the water. We're not throwing away the ginger and whatever we're putting there. We're just getting rid of the water so that we can add fresh water to the pot and set it to boil again. And like I said before, guys, we're just doing this to remove the excess salt. Even though the brine or the salt is what gives pigtail that signature taste, we don't want it too salty. Alright guys, so at this point you're seeing me transfer the peas from the pot that you saw it in earlier, that it was being pre-cooked in, to the pot that I'd like to actually do the stew peas in. Now at this point our peas is not fully tender. It's not at the tender stage that it needs to be. It's just no longer rock solid, but it still has a good amount of cooking that needs to be done. So I'm transferring the peas to this pot, and I'm also going to add my pigtail to this pot as well. Now bear in mind that the pigtail as well is not yet tender, and it took me roughly about an hour for it to cook in this pot with the peas to get tender. Mark you can do this very step that I'm explaining in a pressure cooker, and it would have taken you less time. However, I don't like using a pressure cooker. I don't know, it's kind of scary to me, so I always take the longer route and do it in a pot. But you can skip this step, or not skip this step, but use a pressure cooker instead, right? Alright guys, so here we go. I'm adding my pigtail to my peas, and what I will do also is add water to this almost to the highest point of the pot, so that the pigtail girl so that the pigtail and the peas, I'm gonna delete that, so that the peas and the pigtail is fully immersed. So there we go. That could have add some more water, but whatever. We're adding some, what you call it, something here? That's something here. Jeez, I'm crying. Hollanday. So after adding my pimento seeds, duh, I knew that. After adding the pimento seeds to the pot just for flavoring, and that was about a teaspoonful of pimento seeds, I also added more water to the pot simply because I wanted the meat to be a bit more immersed to ensure that it would cook. Because remember, this method takes a little bit longer. So for the hour that this was cooking, I had to re-add water about 3 times, because of course the water drew down, and as it was drying down, I had to ensure that I added water back to the pot so that my peas and my meat would not burn. Please pay attention to that. So after the hour, I realized that my pigtails started to get tender, and then I knew it was time to add my coconut milk. No, me not lie to you. Me not lie to you. Me's a girl, man, I great on coconut. So say it was a pack of, I think it was Kendall coconut powder, and that was the amount that I used in that teacup there. Added that to the pot, added back some more water to it, and covered it. And we're about to season it. And these are the spices that I use to season our stew peas. So I use Maggi all-purpose seasoning, Eve black pepper. Any black pepper can be used. Badia adobo seasoning, and Badia Louisiana Cajun seasoning, and of course butter. This is the brand butter I use. Not sure it matters anyway. But here we go. Let's add our spices to our pot. Now this is such an important part because this really helps to determine how your stew peas will turn out. Honest to God, I cannot give you measurements because me's a girl. I just throw until my ancestors will never meet say, all right, okay, okay, all right, you can stop now, please to stop. So I really can't give you measurements. I just season pot. Me's a girl, just season the pot, right? Yeah. So there I am adding the spices, and then I'm about. Sorry about that, lovies. So after adding our powder seasonings, we're going to give our pot a good proper stir. Don't mind the fact that my stir looks a bit weak. We're just going to give it a good proper stir just to ensure that the seasoning is spread right throughout the pot as evenly as possible. And after doing that, I cover the pot for 5 minutes just to let it simmer a bit. After covering for 5 minutes, I added my ground seasonings. Now, the ground seasonings that I'm using are bell peppers, and I use all the colors, the green, the red, and the yellow. I use about a stalk of scallion, 1 small onion, about half a stick of butter, or no, not half, maybe a quarter, and thyme, and of course good old Scotch bonnet pepper. Now this is going to give our stew peas the ultimate Jamaican flavoring that we know and love. Okay. Oh, that looks so pretty, guys. Look at that, gorgeous. So after we've added all our ground seasonings and we've used our spoon to spread the ground seasoning right throughout the pot evenly, just like how we did with the powder seasoning, we're going to cover the pot and let it sit for about 15 minutes just so that the flavor from the ground seasoning and everything can get cohesive and nice, and the entire pot gets flavorful. After the 15 minutes, this is how the pot is looking. The color has arrived. The gravy has thickened up. Off camera, I added about 6 spinners. My spinners them ever look weird. I don't know why. I just add it because what is stew peas without spinners, right? So this is how it's looking. The place is smelling amazing. Stew peas is just about ready, and I'm loving how this came out. So I let this stay for about 5 minutes, and then I turn this off, and I'm having my stew peas with fried rye plantain, some vegetable. I love sweet corn, so of course sweet corn, and some basmati rice. And look here, look. Listen, don't play with me, guys. And I tell you that this is the absolute best stew peas I've ever personally had. I'm a buy stew peas from restaurants, and it's never been this good. This was amazing, and I really hope you guys try this. If you like this video, if you've checked out my other few videos and you like my content, please subscribe, share this video, and leave some comments so that we can talk. Make sure to let me know in the comment section what are some dishes that you'd want to see me prepare for you guys, because I definitely really want to do more cooking videos. So leave your suggestions down below. If you're new here, I hope you subbed and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Bye. I say she want it for me, yeah. Man, I give it to her one time. Say she want it one time. Want it for me, yeah.
Man, I step in at the yard, minute girls them say I ain't a bad man, I ain't they want to say I